My travels in the world of chess took me to Hong Kong recently for the FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Team Championships 2026. I was amazed to see the culture of chess in Hong Kong. But 2 decades ago, nothing existed in Hong Kong. There was one person who believed in the power of chess, and that person is Grace Yue So. Grace is someone who introduced chess in schools in Hong Kong. She was the first one to bring in international trainers to Hong Kong to teach chess. So I had lunch with her and Grandmaster Manuel Pena, and then we went to see her academy and the work that she has done for Hong Kong chess. It's been a long affair, but thanks to the tireless efforts of Grace and her team, chess in Hong Kong has started to grow. I'm joined here by Grace. Grace, thank you so much for inviting us to your academy. It's called the Active Kids Chess Academy.
The Chess Academy, correct.
And we are going to go inside and have a look. Can you give us a bit of a small tour, like how the place looks?
It's not a big place, but more than happy to.
Sure.
Okay, we're filming. So this is the office, reception area. This is where we have sometimes the cooking programs. So we have, and tonight we're going to have the team get together. So we'll have events like that.
So you have two teams who are going to play in World Rapid and Blitz Team Championship.
Yes, out of the 6 in Hong Kong, we have 2 teams.
Wow.
That
So
are
that's
joining.
18 players.
Correct.
And they're going to come here.
Yes, they're
Nice.
all going to come here. So please join us later. The 2 teams will have 4 GMs total, and 2 GMs heading 2 teams each.
And this place, which is for chess, when did you get this place? Is it like how many years old?
I got this place a while ago, but then it was rented out as for another renter. So we just got this back like a year and a half before we were downstairs. So we just moved upstairs.
Nice.
Yes.
And so this is this for chess, or because this area, this entire thing is not just for chess.
Yes.
There are other things also which are taught here.
Yes.
What else is taught?
So for active kids, we have 7 different programs. We have hands-on science, we have cooking, we have chess, we have robotics, we have AI now, we have arts and even fashion design. So we're quite diverse. And so what we want to do and want to achieve for active kids is to have the best in class in different programs. So best in class meaning we're not just good at one program, we want to be the best in every single program that we teach.
And actually chess might be a good way to understand how you are trying to make a really good curriculum, have the best trainers and all of that, right?
Yes.
So this is your chess room.
Yes, this is a chess room.
And what I love about the chess room, at least on the first look, by the way, we have 2 grandmasters here already, Andrew and Jaime. So, hi guys.
Hello. Yes.
And these are all the world champions here on the thing. And also there's, generally I go to chess academies, I see the world champions. But here you have a quote that's very nicely written.
Yes, I know, because we mainly drive kids to learn chess, and if they have a little inspiration from the masters, it's always a little nice touch for them that they can do it too.
Right. And there's Gukesh here, so that's very cool. He would love to see this.
Yeah.
So it's actually amazing that you are the one who kind of led to the growth of chess in Hong Kong.
I would like to think so, but it's been a while.
But this is 20 years ago.
Yes.
Could you tell us like how it all began?
It all began with my own kids. When they were really young, I have 3 kids. When they were 4 and 5 and 6, 7, we were in the States. And the States, it's very popular to have summer camps. Right. And every year they go for summer camps and it's really fun. So they went to science classes, they went to chess classes, and from the chess classes, I thought, oh, this is so wonderful. They learn all these good, character building things, such as, concentration. They get trophies, they get really inspired, they gain a lot of confidence. And I thought, oh, this is great. But then when I tried to have them sign up for classes here in Hong Kong, I realized that there's absolutely almost zero chess for young children. So I thought, okay, chess has so many great benefits, but then they don't have it in Hong Kong. This is a missing gap in Hong Kong. So I started talking to schools, because my program Active Kids already are in schools.
So you already had a program running for other subjects?
Yeah, for other subjects, which is for science. That was 2004 starting. So science and cooking, I have 2 programs already, and then I was already at schools.
Wow.
So starting with that platform, it makes it a little bit more sense and easier for me to talk to the principals and say, hey, chess is a great game. It will be a great extracurricular. It will benefit your children. Have us do chess in your school. So I would say we're probably the first people to bring chess into schools. And that started with bringing kids and have kids learning chess in Hong Kong. Because prior to that, I think there are people playing chess in Hong Kong, but they're mainly adults, and there's just pockets of it. So that was the start. And then once, for me, to teach kids chess, you cannot just, one-on-one teaching is so boring, right? And they never improve. You need a platform, you need a stage for them to compete. And so when we run the chess program already, we think about, how to have like tournaments and things like that. So we started, I myself is a very poor chess player, compared to all the grandmasters is non-existent. But I think that what is important, what I know, is that you need really to create a community in chess. So for me, I started bringing people who are good with chess, and I started with a program in San Diego called the Mountain Lake Chess Program, and then they came as a summer program running, so that created some sort of interest.
So from there they came here to do the summer program.
I need to double check the name later.
Okay.
I think it's Mountain Lake, and then I also went to Seattle and then got another chess program. I need to double check what the name is, like chess something. I forgot the name, but I will get back. So I invited them to come, and they have very generously gave me 2 instructors here, and then started going to schools and stuff.
Oh, wow.
We have to, so mainly my teachers, mostly in the beginning, were from the US. So that started like the first 1 or 2 years. And then later on, as I mentioned before, the chess world is very small. And as we get traction and more students learning about us, and when they go play and teachers go play, they hear, oh, Chinese, in Hong Kong we're hiring. And so they would say, oh, okay. I started getting some resumes, and that started the ball rolling. And so I'm so fortunate now we have 2 on-site GMs, Manuel and Andre, and Jaime, who will be playing for the Blitz also, and also another GM, David. So we have 4 GMs playing for this tournament.
Wow. When you began, and when chess was not so popular, now it's getting more and more popular, how difficult was it to convince the schools that, chess can be something valuable? Was it quite tough?
It was, working with schools is always tough because the school itself has their own curriculum. The children in Hong Kong are extremely busy. They have many, many different extracurricular activities. We're competing time with the kids for football, for volleyball, for swimming, for math and English, tutoring and all that. So one thing is to convince the school to have us in there, and they see the benefits. Another thing is convincing the parents to let the kids, hey, this is useful, this is good for your kids. And I think it takes some time for the parents to really understand. All parents want their kids to have a stable job when they grow up, so a lot of, they want them to be doctors, accountants, engineers, but a lot of times it's difficult for them to think about, chess as a career and also chess as benefiting their kids for their characters. So I think slowly as the community become stronger and bigger, examples of kids who can juggle both the academics and chess together, it becomes a much easier commitment from the parents and from schools.
Amazing. And so then chess started to, kids started to learn in schools. And generally, when you do these outreach programs, it's quite normal to stop there.
Yeah.
That okay, you're teaching in these schools,
right.
But you decided to kind of have this academy here, get the best talents to come and train further. How did this concept come about?
Well, for chess, I think you can learn it as a hobby, so it can be for fun. But there are some kids who are really talented in schools, and we see it. And actually, the teachers come back, my coaches come back and say, this kid is special, right? Even when they're 4 or 5, we were able to scout out talents. And so they need a special place to play. In school, you only spend 1 hour to play. That's as good as you get, 1 hour per week. 52 weeks a year, you get 52 hours. But, in reality, you need 1,000 hours to do anything well. So they need to play more, and they need a special program for it. And I'm really fortunate that Andre, our GM, and has planned out a special structured program in terms of the Road to Masters program, that we identify kids from outside schools and come here, and then they actually have a special level programs. Manuel was able to structure some level programs when they were with us. So it's been Manuel's been with us for 12 years, Andre's been with us for 7 years. So we have very stable teaching for a good amount of time that can help us. And it's not just having GMs or title players. We need a good range of teachers who can help us, because when we are teaching kindergartens, we need teachers who are really passionate and have the eye to identify the talents. So we need the whole team to actually work together to be able to have this kind of a consistent and continuous kind of a teaching.
And now in Hong Kong, we can see that young talents are rising.
Yeah.
So through this program, some really good players have come out of it, right? I think some have reached the rating of 2200 and so on. Is that right?
Yeah, and I'm extremely proud of it myself and for my whole team, because a lot of those kids came from the Chess Academy.
So they were actually beginners.
Yeah, they were beginners, and we see them grow, and it's amazing, because now some of them is out to college, and some parents are happy because they go to great schools around the world.
Because of chess.
Because of chess, they win a few titles, they win a few trophies, they can write it on their resume or whatnot, and it does have benefits for them to apply for schools. But that's not just the main reason. It really helped them to build their character. I think kids in general now, not kids, but young people, need resilience. They must know how to bounce back from failures, and that's what chess is all about. No matter how good you are, you will lose one day or another, and you need to know how to rebound, and that's the key for any human being.
And so now that chess in Hong Kong has reached here, what's next in your mind? Because you've kind of seen where chess was almost non-existent amongst kids to now kids being really the majority in chess tournaments. Do you foresee something more happening in the days to come?
I do hope so. I think that credits to the Chess Federation now. It's a lot more active than years before. So even given the world's bliss and rapids this time, it's a testament as to how much work it has put in and bringing the world greatest to Hong Kong. Right. 7 out of 10 men, top 10 men, 4 out of top 10 women. I mean, it's quite a feat. It's not simple work. And getting you guys over here, it's wonderful. I mean, I think we're getting good publicity, and I think the chess community in Hong Kong will just continue to grow. What I see for Hong Kong, right now we have the highest level is an FM. Hopefully we will have our own homegrown IM, maybe GM someday, but it will take time, and it takes commitment from parents and opportunity. So we bring players to travel programs outside of Hong Kong, because in Hong Kong, still it's a pretty young and formative years for the chess community. So only when you go abroad and play outside that you gain experience, gain the exposure, gain the rating, all that. It's a whole career that kids have to commit to. So hopefully in one day.
And what would be your advice to young entrepreneurs who are planning to do something in chess? Because I believe that you've done something which was quite difficult to bring chess in a place which was not existing much, to do that. So what were the skills, or what were certain things that guided you or helped you?
I think anything you do or anything one person does, that comes from the heart and the passion. For me, because since my background is in consumer marketing,
So you were actually working. It was not like teaching in schools. This Active Kids program was not the first one. You were before that working somewhere.
Before I was an investment banker.
Oh, really?
I was in New York and I was in Hong Kong, and then I did my MBA from the U.S. My background, my training was civil engineering as an undergrad, but never practiced as an engineer. But I enjoy the fact about analytical thinking. I love engineering, love buildings. And then with investment banking, I think it trained me to be a driver, always finding solutions for things. And then after my business school, which is in finance and marketing, I worked for consumer products, FMCG, fast-moving consumer, and I learned a lot from there, because it's you learn about business overall, in general, total. As some people think that marketing is only one aspect of it. Marketing is actually everything of it.
If you understand the business well, you can market it well.
Yes, you have to know everything about the business first before you can market it. So from that, I see the training in that. So for me to go from, seeing the gap, which is like a consumer product, you don't have this product, you create that product. So I see a gap that's not there, chess. So I created, a training or some sort of program to launch that. And from there, since it's such a good product, it will have its own wings to fly. And I devote a lot of, my team actually is the most important, because they are out there to actually coach the kids. And it's only when they have good results, good feedback, kids really enjoy it, players enjoy it, there's growth to the community, that we are successful. For me, having an idea is nothing. It's really down to the execution. And so it's been 20 years.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Grace, for sharing this story. And I'm sure that a lot of people will be inspired by how you managed to bring a revolution of chess in Hong Kong.
I say the same thing for you, because you are an entrepreneur and you started your own thing. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So
Andres, exactly, that's perfect.
And Manuel.
Manuel, yeah.
Yeah, guys, you both are kind of, we can say, resident GMs at this place. You've been here for 7 years, for 12 years, right? That's a huge period, a huge duration. How did it begin? Like, maybe you were the first one to come here?
Yeah, when I came, there was another IM. At the time, I was also an IM from Spain, and he brought me. He was my friend. He asked me to come. He
Who
said,
was he?
He's called Marcos Llaneza. He's from Spain too. And yeah, the thing is that he told me, look, we are trying to grow the chess community here, and there are so many kids, there are so many schools. We need more teachers. And I said, okay, why not? Let's do it.
This was in
2014.
14. Wow.
Yeah. And from there, everything started growing, and we needed more people. And then COVID came, and then more people. So it's been non-stop. Yeah.
And you came in 2017?
2019.
19.
But okay, my history is a bit different. I became GM at 2018, and I was struggling with money to play tournaments. You know how it's all this. So I wanted to play more tournaments and more tournaments to get to 2,600, but I was from Colombia, a very kind of poor country. It was difficult to travel. So suddenly I was in Spain and in the country of Manuel, and I went to play a tournament in France, and in the band, two Spanish guys were talking about Hong Kong, and I didn't pay attention, but Hong Kong war stayed there in my brain. After 6 months, I came back to Colombia, and someone else talked about Hong Kong, and then I was like, okay, I am struggling, I'm not traveling. So then I start finding out the chess fair in Hong Kong. I send my chess on Facebook, and they told me, no, we are not looking for anything, but you can contact these two companies. So they send me the company contact of this company and the other big company of chess, that is Kaisa. I send the message to both companies. Kaisa never answered, and Grace, she answered like 30 minutes after I sent the message. Then I answered her back, and then we did the interview like 3 days later after that message. And I didn't know very well English at that moment, so when I was doing the interview with her, she noticed that, oh, this guy probably doesn't know very well English, but he's a GM, so let's give it a try. And then after like probably 3 days, she sent me the contract, and then I just find out with some lawyer in my country to see the opportunity is good or not, and then I just signed up, and after 3 months of that interview, I was here in Hong Kong.
Oh wow, that's such a nice story.
That's and there are more details, but I try to make it shorter. So that's kind of the history to me.
You know, somehow when grandmasters come to a country to teach chess, it's interesting for some time. As you said, money is one of the primary drivers, right, to be here. But then after a point, it gets a bit boring. But what I see here is that somehow it has remained interesting for you. Would you say that there's something here that keeps this task that you are doing quite interesting and exciting? What would it be?
Well, I can start. The thing is that I'm from Spain, right? And in my country, lots of GMs, lots of chess clubs, the chess culture has been there for decades. And what I felt when I came to Hong Kong is that this is a place that, because it's still growing, you can actually notice the difference you're making. Like in Spain, I could do the best job of my life and nobody would notice because there are other people doing the same, right? But here, if you work hard for like 5-10 years, you can see the results immediately. Like you can see that the people you are teaching, they become usually better than their other players, right? So that for me was the main motivation, that you could feel it immediately. Okay, if I do my job correctly, I will feel it. I will see the results immediately. And I didn't feel that in Spain back then when I was doing the same, because I was coaching in Spain too, but I couldn't feel those results so fast. So for me, that was, I think, the main reason to be motivated with this job.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I agree with Manuel. This part in chess is like easy to see the results. In fact, in this January, most of the kids of this academy, after a hard work during 3-4 years, that we are going to talk later about the program we have here, we won UA, U10, U12. I think we won all the categories except one, and then you can see like the result, and it's more motivating for teaching.
The national championships.
The national championship of Hong Kong. So yes, when you teach and you see maybe that it's difficult to get result, you can get frustrated. But when you see there are some results coming, it's easy to handle this job, because at the end is, you know how stressful it is to study chess, and being coach is even sometimes worse, because it's like they kind of learn and sometimes they look like they don't pick up, they pick up, it's very weird. So here has been like a place where we can notice that progress, of course, so it's been really nice.
Do you think like kids here and the overall culture of Hong Kong is well suited to the growth of chess? Because there are some countries where chess does not, even no matter how hard you work, chess doesn't grow there because the priorities are different. In Hong Kong, do you think something exists here that makes chess grow here and it's growing?
I think there are some things, some parts of the culture that definitely help. Like for example, they are very competitive from a young age. So that definitely helps in chess. And they also start seeing the relationship between sometimes chess performance and academic performance. So they see chess as a way of, okay, if my kid is good in chess, he'll probably have a decent academic report, right, like results. So I think those are very good. The bad side is that time here is very limited for the children, especially, that they have many things they want to do with their available time. So sometimes we are asking the parents, look, I need your kid for 5 more hours. But they don't have the 5 hours. So we have the positive that it's super competitive from very, very young, but it has the bad that they want to be competitive in maybe too many things at the same time. So at the same time, we can't push them too hard. So good and bad.
Very interesting. And maybe Hong Kong will get its first IM soon, and maybe first GM at some point, and then it'll kind of just organically keep growing, I believe. You already set things in motion in some ways.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, here in the center, we have a program called IM Road, Road to IM, that we started last year with 4 kids, with both 4 very young and talented kids, in my opinion.
How strong were they when they began this program?
No, they were like 7 and 8 years. They are not, if you compare like with other kids of very strong countries, maybe they are not as strong as them, because here we have like a small problem that we don't have competitive tournaments. So we need to, for that reason, we have created travel programs. So for instance, Manuel and me, we are going to San Martin and Seychelles this summer. Last year, we went to Shuhai to play with the kids. We went with 17 kids there. And 2 years ago, we went to Seychelles and San Martin, because we know that here is very difficult to get competitive tournaments and players, so we need to go out. That's probably one of the main problems here to become good. But anyway, the people is getting interested in trying to get those results, and when we create this program, it's kind of a scholarship for these 4 kids, and they are like training 5 to 8 hours of chess in the center per week. That is pretty weird, because what just Manuel said is like they just want to be champion by dedicating like 1 hour to chess. But with this process that we have been doing like since 3-4 years ago, these parents and the kids are like getting, in some way, like getting that sick of chess to try to improve, and hopefully in some years maybe those kind of results, because in a place like this, become a IM or a GM probably is a work of 10 years or more.
True.
So here I think we are in that pace to go that, but I still have some gap for going there.
I completely get it. It's very tough what you guys have already started, but I think it's now in such a state that it won't stop. Do you have this program that you were talking about?
Okay, this is just simple curriculum. What I was telling to you, this in fact is similar to one that Carlo, an international master that is working with us, had there in Medellin, and we tried to adapt it here since 3-4 years ago. But basically, it's just pretty simple. We have like using the ChessBase. This idea probably is not us. I think I just saw it somewhere else, where we dedicate a level to every piece, in kind of doing pretty dynamically. And then we start with some levels. So even now here, as you can see, the last level or the program is IMFM, and we have most of the good kids are in this level that is like master level. Even if you can come on Saturday morning, here we have the lesson of master level, and we have 20 kids, and you can see the level of the kids and compare with other countries. So it will be nice if you come here that Saturday and you see, and I can put you to play with one of these kids that even is Jake. He is going to play in Team A of our tournament.
So you want me to get crushed?
Yes, because we need, he stole your level. And then you put it on ChessBase. Okay, and yeah, so, but okay, here basically is like we just have some topics, and this, I don't know Carlo where got this idea, but he told us 3 years ago that it's very good to start learning only the king, because it's good to put that pattern in the brain of the kids, that's the main goal. So as you can see here, we start just without even teaching other pieces, just the queen and king and checkmate. So they just get the pattern of those, and it's kind of easy. But honestly, it's very difficult to put in practice because for this kind of thing, it has to be a kid that is totally from zero. Totally from zero. Sometimes they already know some stuff, so they spoil like kind of process. But if you have, or if I have a kid in the future, I will try to apply it to like, okay, I'm only going to teach the king and the queen mate like during 2 or 3 months, and then only the pawn, and then after maybe 6 or 7 months, I will try to put the other pieces to see what happens.
That's a very unusual way to teach chess. Like the first thing you teach is like
The
you teach all the pieces.
Yeah.
But this is in order, I heard this, I don't remember from who, but it's in order to put that piece of information deep in the mind, because at the end it's the goal of the game. So you want to checkmate the king, so that will help. Even other thing that we have implemented is not using the points for the pieces, because we notice there is a kind of scene in the tournament, the kids are just counting points with the pieces outside. So for instance, we have tried to teach in the way like this piece is stronger than this piece is stronger than this, and not using points. Oh, when I use points, I tell them, oh, this queen is $1 million, and this is $10, and this is $2, and this is $1. I try to use values that doesn't make sense
so
for
maybe
the.
in future they can sacrifice easier.
Exactly. That's what's my idea, because I notice as a GM sometimes some variations I don't do it because in my mind is that like of the 3 points, 5 points. So it's difficult for me. I need to do a bigger effort to find that variation. But if I would have been teach like without points, without that piece of information there, maybe those variations can be easier for. But okay, it's like kind of.
Yeah, these are like even when you teach how to defend a piece.
Yeah.
Like you attack and they have to learn how to defend. That also creates something in the mind that, oh, we have now this square is defended, I can't put my piece there. And then eventually when they go on to become good players, that is a block. Even now, sometimes like you don't want to put your piece here because it's protected.
After doing this job 7 years, I just realized that it's impossible to teach chess properly, because there are many things that you can tell to the kids that in the future they will need to erase that information to play properly chess. So it's like do it perfectly from the beginning is very difficult. Or
maybe you teach and then they have to unlearn a few things. That's the way it is.
Here, for example, some difficulty we find teaching properly is that in some cases you need results in like 3 months. From the moment the kid learns the name of the game, in 3 months later you need to have results. Because otherwise that kid will not play chess anymore.
Because there are other things that the kid can do.
For example, the kid goes to a school class, you have 3 months. If the kid goes to the first competition, that we call it, we organize many competitions for beginners, he goes to that competition, he loses all the games, you will never see that kid again. So you need to find a way to teach him properly, but at the same time prepare him to somehow win a couple of games in that competition, which means, scholars mate, and you have to prepare him for that.
So you have to give him some tricks for the tournament, which actually ideally you may not want to, but it's important here, because if the kid wins.
If you think about it, how do I make that kid learn chess if I will not see him ever again?
Right.
So I need to combine teaching him properly with making sure that he keeps coming, because otherwise I lost him. That kid is never playing again.
That's so smart, but in a way it's like you understood what works, what doesn't work.
Trial and error. You try, you fail, you try again.
And with Manuel, sometimes in Spain, last 2 years, with those kids that are kind of high level, we didn't do on purpose, but in some moment he was the good cop and I was the bad cop. Like he was scolding the kids and I was supporting, and the next day, but we didn't talk about that. But later we realized oh, he's the bad boy today, am I the good boy? Because of course at the high level it's important to that challenge and streak and scold. But it's important to support and motivate and not frustrate. And we discovered that 2 years ago, we will be good at strategy, be good cop, bad cop at high level. Because for instance, I remember one of my coaches, he was bad cop all the time. So you blunder upon, how you do that, you're so bad for this. And there was no the other part, was the supporting, so it was all the time But okay, yeah, we have learned many things during these 7 years. For me, especially about this kind of coaching that we have get engaged.
I
with the
also
team.
think at some point, if strong players do come out from Hong Kong, it creates this aspirational value, which then makes your task easier. It's
Yeah.
not yet like
Yep.
someone's a GM here, but if someone does become that, then you have that as a role model, right?
Yeah, you can see now in the very new generations that they talk about some of the kids that we saw growing up that now are FMs, for example,
Right.
and they talk about them as, wow, but this is, like he's not Magnus, but in their mind is like Magnus.
Right.
So the new generations already have players to aspire to.
Nice.
They are not GMs, they are FMs, but it's already someone that they are like, wow, if I try hard, I can be like Samuel or like Neil or like one of these kids that are like FMs and yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And then we go on to a night level, and then you learn
Yeah, there are
about.
sometimes, honestly, sometimes it's very difficult to apply what I tell you because, especially in the schools, Manuel knows when we go to the schools, there are naughty kids. It's very tough sometimes
I agree.
to teach them, especially in the beginners. When they are good, it's easier because they want
then
really
they
to
come
learn.
here.
Sometimes no, but that's the idea. When we collect that, like we detect the talents, we try to bring them here, but not all the time happens because there are some logistics that the parents prefer back to back in the school. But sometimes when the kid is just we think is really good, we try to push it to bring it here because it's where like all the kids of the same level are, so they can have more challenge, and in that way they can improve faster.
Amazing. It's the final. level here.
Yeah, okay, here even we could have continued like pawn structures and from a pieces, but yeah, at the end in this area, in this moment when they can, like what I have detected in these years, when they come to this, the most important is play, teach them to train themselves because honestly, even if they come here 5 hours, it's not enough. So sometimes how we have like try to coach is like, look, here there are many books, so sometimes we put out read a book, and this is the way you need to go for your home, to go to your home and train by yourself. So in fact, we have tried to tell them that they need to spend by themselves because you are the GM that with 5 hours per week it will be very difficult to shine at some point when you're getting stronger.
No,
So
I'm not a GM.
you're not a
I'm
GM? Okay, I always thought you were a GM. Let's suppose you're a GM.
Well, hopefully someday. I spend maybe less than 5 hours. So.
Okay.
But last question to you, both of you. How has it been to work with Grace? She's someone who kind of started this chess becoming popular in Hong Kong. What has been your experience?
Well, I started 12 years ago, right? And I remember clearly that in the beginning we had a lot of, not arguments, but arguments, because I was more focused on the competitive side of chess, and she was more focused on the, school side of chess, which is quite different.
Yeah.
So we both had to compromise a lot on, all right, I know I cannot be so strict with the school kids, but with the kids that come to our office, you need to let me be a bit more strict because, they are coming here only for chess. We need more competition. So it has been a process of, I think we all have learned a lot from each other. And with the years, it has been easier and easier, at least in my experience.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
For me, as I told you before, I am so grateful with her because she just answered that email in that moment, like 3 hours after I sent it, and after that, and when I came here, my life changed a lot, and she has opened the doors for other Colombian coaches here. So here we have like 5 other Colombians that was suggested and recommended like for me, and we are a big team, and everything we have here is thanks to her. So I am quite grateful of what has been in my life after I joined Active Kids and what she has allowed to other people to do when they came here. So it's, so grateful with her.
Thank you so much, both of you, for your time, for sharing these insights. And for me, it's very exciting now to track the progress of Hong Kong chess. So good luck to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. ago.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.